Here outside taking a walk, and I am going to talk to you today about divine expectations. That's right, divine expectations. Divine expectations. And it's we don't we have to be in a place, posture, and a position where we have no limitations, no small thinking. We have to go deeper. We have to go much deeper spiritually. We cannot desire to sit around and be mediocre. We have to go deeper. We definitely have all of the limits that people put on us. That is not our portion. So we're going to get into it. It's raining a little bit. We're not going to let the rain deter us. We are going to go in tonight and we're going to grasp in the spiritual realm exactly what is our portion. Because we are here for such a time as this. We are here to thrive, not barely survive. And we are here to bless others. We are blessed to be a blessing. So as we go forth, we're going to get right into it. We're not going to delay. We are going to walk in heavenly places. Under the sky, even though it is rainy, look at all the beautiful trees. Rain is good because we need rain. We need water. The birds need water. We need water for fruit. So as we go forward, we're going to get into it. And we're going to talk about these blessings. And we're going to talk about how we can go higher and higher and higher and higher. And not be limited by anything or anyone. And these trees are absolutely beautiful. If you like trees, there's a whole lot of trees outside. Somebody planted new trees. We're going to talk about the blessings. We're going to talk about miracles. And we're going to talk about how we can align for such a time as this so we can thrive and not barely survive. Look at these beautiful flowers. Flowers are wonderful. Look at that. Woo! I like flowers. I love flowers. I don't like flowers. I love flowers. So the rain is really starting to come down. I am going to go over here and take a walk as we talk about the goodness. So divine expectations, we're to have great expectations. We are not to be limited. We are not to be stagnant nor stuck. As we go forth, we are always supposed to be ones who thrive, not barely survive. And we know that there has been intense heat, so sometimes we don't always see the flowers and trees looking so good because it's so dry. So we need the water. We're thankful for the water. And we're thankful for this beautiful wall here with all these beautiful plants. It's so amazing, right? So I am going to walk around a little bit. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, connect. We have to come together to testify. We have to come together to prophesy. We have to come together because two are better than one, and a whole group is a lot better than just one person. That means we can help each other. We can glean together. So your voice is necessary because all lives matter. And you definitely should be using your voice right here and right now for such a time as this. Look at these beautiful plants. You can't make this up. There's a little bit of bloom, a bud here. Some of the plants have not fizzled out just yet, but some of them seem like they want to fizzle out because they're in so much need of rain right now. So we should be so thankful for the rain right now. We should be so thankful for every good and perfect gift that comes from above. Every good and perfect gift that comes from above, we should be thankful for it. The flowers, the birds, the bees, the trees, and so on and so forth. So I am going to get right into it so we can talk about it and so that we can get it moving. Now, my apologies. Last night I could not go live because there was a thunderstorm that I didn't know about, and I tried to go live several times and it failed several times. So my apologies. I wasn't aware of the storm and my phone was having a serious issue. My phone was like, turn me off. My phone didn't want to do anything. So I can't see any comments just yet. I can't see anybody in the chat. But please like, share, subscribe, comment, connect. Your voice matters, your life matters, and everything on your mind and heart matters to the maker of the heavens and the earth, the creator. The name above all names. You are loved. Believe me, you are loved. Sometimes you may not know it, but you are loved. And you are going to definitely thrive in this season. So I want to show you some of these flowers. Woo! This is such a steep hill. Look at that. We have a lot to be thankful for because I don't remember seeing these flowers here before. This is the first time, but anyway, I'm going to get into it. We're going to lift up some gratitude and praise to the maker, the one who made us, who created us. And we are going to ask, seek, knock. So we will know exactly what it is that we need to know in this spiritual season for this exact time. Oh, here's some more flowers. Look. Now, nobody can make this up. This is definitely the season for marriages. I know so many women that got married over the last, or know of so many women that got married recently. So we're going to get into it. If you have any comments, if you have any concerns, questions, praise reports, prayer requests, whatever it is, testimonies, please put it in the comments so I can see it because I can't see it if you don't. Look at it. Somebody turned the light on for us. Isn't that wonderful? We need a little bit of light out here, just a little bit. Definitely so I can see exactly what it is that I'm doing. Oh, there's light over this way too, so we can go over this way. I think this is better scenery because it just looks like somebody's getting married here or somebody's having a special celebration here. Okay, we can move over this way. I think there's more light on this side. I just want you to be able to see the beautiful plants, to see the beautiful trees. Light is always good. Nobody wants to look at darkness. Somebody went through a lot to put these lights here, I'm telling you. It's so amazing. So, I hope that each and every one of you had a wonderful day. And we are going to continue every day to talk about the goodness. So we're going to cry out, Abba Father, we thank you for every good and perfect gift. We thank you for giving us everything that we need for this life. We thank you for loving us more than we could ever love ourselves. We thank you for planting in us seeds of love. We thank you for giving us giftings and talents and abilities so we can use it for your kingdom and for your glory. We thank you for the relationships that you've given to us, the divine connections and their destiny helpers. And our hearts are overflowing with gratitude, thanksgiving, praise. We thank you for your unfailing, unconditional, immeasurable love towards each and every one of us. We thank you for giving us wisdom, wealth, and giving us perfect love, perfect light, abundant life, and your absolute truth. Lead us and guide us in your way on the right path. Cleanse us and purify us and wash us whiter than the pure driven snow. Thank you, Abba. Amen, so be it. So, this is what I want to talk about tonight is divine expectations. That's right, divine expectations. We have to know that we know, not just believe and receive and sit around and talk about it. We have to activate it. It's an action. Love is an action. Faith is an action. Obedience is an action. So we have to take action. That's absolutely right. We need to get up and get out and do something. Our ancestors had to, and so do we. Sitting at home is not going to get you to the next. Sitting at home is not going to get you to the promised land. Sitting alone or being stagnant or stuck is not going to get you to your next level. So I'm here as a messenger to give you some encouragement. So the name above all names, who has all power to do all things, is going to enlarge your territory and bless you indeed. The creator of all, the maker of the heavens and the earth, is going to expand your capacity. Expand your capacity. That's enough to shout for joy right there. That's enough for you to celebrate. If I don't say anything else, if you don't hear anything else from anybody else, that should be enough to get you excited. That should be enough to get you stirred up so you can push and so you can roar. And we are to defend the orphans, the widows, the strangers, and the imprisoned. That's right. We have to let our light shine bright to the four corners of the earth. If somebody didn't turn on the lights right now, you wouldn't be able to see these beautiful trees, and I wouldn't be able to read whatever it is that I have for the notes that I need to share this message right now with all of you. And stop thinking small. No limitations, no limits. You have to get out of that box. You have to break out of the boxes. You have to break out of the chains. You have to break all limitations. The chains and the bondage and the boxes are all hindrances, and you don't need hindrances. Some of you may have people amongst you that are not destiny helpers, that are not divine connections. So you need to be sure that you're careful. You may not have to disconnect completely from those that are not truly your friends. But remember, King David had a true friend who was Jonathan. So all of us need true friends too. We have the examples. We have the example of the kingdom marriage covenant. That is Rebecca and Yitzhak. His name was not Isaac, I'm just saying. So we have to align. We have to align. So there is divine expectations. And then I want to talk to you about divine giving. So with divine giving, generosity is a must. It's not an option. So you need to be generous. You need not to be stingy or selfish or any of that, or miserly. You need to think about others and not only yourself. Being selfish will only lead to destruction. Being selfish will only lead to darkness, dryness, and disease. So you have to be sure that you are a cheerful giver. It is more blessed to give than to receive. That's absolutely right. It is more blessed to give than to receive. And if you're not giving anything to anybody, you definitely shouldn't expect to get anything from anybody. So we have to be sure that we do the right thing always at the right time. We're not going to be rewarded for disobedience. I want you to clearly understand that. And it may be hard for you to swallow that truth, but I'm telling you, taking the wrong actions and being disobedient is not going to get you to that place of prosperity. It's not going to get you to that place of the promise. It's definitely not. So I am telling you the truth so that you can be free of all deception. And then we have to always realize that in this life, there can be sorrow. So we can't allow the things that happen to keep us from having joy. Joy is our portion. Love is our portion. Many people are having a hard time because they don't know how to love. Many people are having a hard time because they don't receive love. So we have love is reciprocal, and it's divine love that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the counterfeit love of this world. I'm not talking about the counterfeit world. I'm not talking to I'm getting tongue tied. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let me go back. I'm not talking about counterfeit love or conditional love. And that's not love anyway. That's that's something else. But anyway, I'm talking about authentic, divine, pure, perfect love that loves above all else. You know about this love because this love is unbreakable, unshakable, sacrificial, selfless, generous, always giving of time, talent, and treasure, and even more. This type of love is what you need. It builds a true friendship. It builds a true kingdom marriage. It builds a true marriage covenant. It builds relationships because it is pure and it is lovely and it is so good. It is delicious. It is sweet. It is a sweet aroma and a sweet sound. When you hear it, you know. When you inhale it, you know through the scented flowers, scented candles, and so on and so forth. So yes, it is more blessed to give than to receive. And we are to have supernatural expectations or divine expectations. Believing and knowing that our territories are going to be enlarged, our capacity is going to be enlarged as we move forward. We are not going to be stagnant or stuck. We are moving forward and we are moving upward. We are soaring like the eagles and we are roaring like the lion and the lionesses. We are roaring like the lionesses and the lions, and we are soaring like the eagles. And we are victorious. Always victorious. In everything, in all things. And then we have to always remember that love and kindness go together. Love and kindness definitely go together. You want to be loving and kind and gentle and compassionate to all of humanity and all of creation. You want to defend life and all life forms because all lives matter. And there's just one more thing that I want to share with you. And then we're going to close out soon. It's almost time for the sun to set completely or whatever, for the nightfall to fall, and then you won't be able to see anything because it'll be too dark. You won't be able to see all of these beautiful trees and flowers and all of this that is so lovely, that is so wonderful, that is such a blessing. Isn't it such a blessing to be in the presence? That's right, the presence of angels. We have to believe for those divine encounters and fulfill those divine assignments so that we can have those divine appointments. And then we get to those places where we have connection with the destiny helpers and the divine connections and all of that. One last thing that I want to share, and this is in reference to divine giving. Please stop expecting to get something just because you gave something. This is a flaw. This is a flaw of humanity. So always, if I give somebody something, then I should receive something if I gave them something. No, we are to give freely. We are to be cheerful givers without expecting anything in return. Too many leaders and too many people, it doesn't matter who it is or what the situation is, expect to get something when they give something. I'll give you this if you give me that, or I gave them that and they should give me this. No, then you truly didn't give from your heart if you want something in return. You can give without loving, but you cannot love without giving. I'm telling you. That is definitely a true statement. So we got to test everything and try by the fire, make sure it's true. We have to continuously be cleansed and purified and washed and purged and pruned and go through the refiner's fire to come out as pure gold. We have to be hot. We have to be fire hot in everything. We cannot be cold or cold hearted, and we definitely cannot be warm. We got to be fire hot. We got to be so hot that we burn up what is not holy. We have to touch no unclean thing, no matter what it is. And you know what something is when it's unclean. You know, you don't need anybody to tell you. Because we have to go back to the garden and live clean and pure again. We have to live holy and righteous and blameless. We can't stay in this place here. It's a stench. It's noisy. It's a clanging sound. I'm telling you. It's not the right place to be in right now. And all of humanity and all of creation and every nation of every tribe and every tongue, every region and every territory has to turn to Shuvah from that which is disobedience, from that which is rebellion. And quite honestly, sometimes we could be our worst own enemy. We don't need a fake friend or someone to stab us in the back or betray or whatever. Sometimes we do that to ourselves because we ignore the warning signs. We're not here to be doormats or puppets or robots or slaves. We're here to thrive. We're here to be victorious. We're here to be winners. We're here to set the captives free, to raise those who are asleep. We're here to heal the sick. We're here to help those who are oppressed, to bring them hope for a future, and to give them something more valuable than anything material. But we're not here to comply, compromise, or bow to the world's systems and its nonsense and foolishness and tactics and traps and tricks. So I'm going to give you some really good advice. You better feed your spirit. I'm telling you. Feed your spirit. And do not follow these people. I don't care what their names are, positions, titles, whoever it is. Be sure that you are hearing and inclining your ears to hear the voice of truth for yourself. Don't look up something on Google and think that's the answer to whatever. You better be listening to the Maker. You better be hearing from heaven or hearing from an angel or somebody that is truly anointed and appointed, because I'm telling you, there are a lot of deceivers. Yaakov, Jacob, Israel, whatever you want to call him, was not the only one. There are many deceivers everywhere. And you do not want to be deceived. You do not want to be in darkness. You do not want to be deceived. You do not want to be in darkness or deception that leads to destruction. You do not want to be in darkness, deception, dryness. It all leads to destruction. You want to be in a safe place. And the way to be in a safe place is to obey. It doesn't matter what your mother or your father said or did. It doesn't matter what your son or daughter said or did. It doesn't matter what your spiritual mother and father said and did, or your spiritual son and daughter said and did, or anybody else. Your aunt, your uncle, your grandfather, your whomever, your grandmother, your niece, your nephew, the king. We're not talking about the maker, the king of kings. We're talking about a king, like somebody that's a king of a nation. When, no, we cannot follow any of these people. As you should know now from history, most of them fell. Most of them went the wrong way. So why are you following somebody that went the wrong way? And it's not to condemn or criticize or point fingers, but the true example for all of us to see is the ones, the holy, chosen, righteous, blameless ones who walked in the garden with the creator of all, the maker of the heavens and the earth. They walked and talked together. Whatever their names was, that's whatever their names was. But whoever it was, what comes to me now is Enoch was one. Enoch was a faithful one. The lady that was in the temple day and night, praising and praying and worshiping and all of that, lighting candles. Prophetess Anna, she was another one. Prophetess Miriam, well, all the Miriams, we know about the Miriams. Shifra and Puah, the midwives. Yahavet, Moshe's mother. We have so many different examples. There's so many. Queen Esther, Prophetess Deborah. There's a lot of women being named, but I'm telling you, women are going to be vindicated. All women are going to be vindicated. All the little ones are going to be vindicated because they've been oppressed for way too long. How in the world is somebody going to tell you that we're all equal? We're all supposed to be equal, right? So why is it that there's so much discrimination and prejudice against a woman? Why is it a woman is always the one that is targeted to be attacked by people when she takes a stand, or even if she doesn't take a stand? And why is it that the little ones are always being criticized? Did we not all come from the same maker, the same creator? So we have to have great expectations. We have to have supernatural expectations, divine expectations, to know the truth. To know the truth, to stand on the truth. And some people say, well, you don't really need to defend the truth. But you really don't need to accept a lie either. Even if you didn't tell the lie, even if you didn't do it, don't be in the company of that situation. Compromise is horrible. Compromise is terrible, and compromise is sin. Have you not learned from Delilah and Samson? Delilah tried to ruin Samson. Why? She claimed to love him. And those brothers tried to ruin the boy that wore the coat of many colors. Why? They were bloodline. Did they not have the same mother and father? They surely did. So you have to pay attention. You have to understand how this works. It's not going to be a perfect stranger that comes up to you and tries to knock you out, punch you in the nose usually, in most cases. There are exceptions to the rules. And that's going to try to take you out or do things to you or have you involved in situations in which you should not be involved in. Remember, please, touch no unclean thing. And touch not the anointed, and do the prophets and prophetesses no harm. You have to be very careful about speaking up against somebody else, about speaking out against somebody else. You better be really careful, even about yourself. There are many people that will go and they will talk so negatively about themselves. We can't do that. We have to stay in that safe place, that sacred place, that holy place, that righteous place, that pure place, with clean hands, pure hearts, clean lips, clean minds. We cannot conform to the nonsense of this world systems. We got to get up and take a stand. We got to push back. We got to push and we have to roar. We have to continuously push and roar and push hard. Feed your spirit. Stop walking around. Feed your spirit. Stop being concerned about what your body is craving. You need to have a new mind, a clean heart, and you need to make sure that your body is cleansed and purified and detox to whatever else it needs to be. Because there are consequences for everything we do. Everything we do has a reaction. There is the positive and the negative to everything. So be careful. You need discernment. You need to come out of Babylon. You need to come out of Egypt. You need to come out of the world with those people. You know what I'm talking about? That are not truly your friends. They truly do not love you. They want to see you fall. They want to mock you. They want to ridicule you. I'm telling you, this is definitely the season for the Queen Esthers, the Prophetess Deborahs, and all of those to rise up. Those who are bold and courageous. Those who have no fear. What are you afraid of? What do you have fear for? You say that you know the creator of all, El Elyon, El Shaddai, Adonai, the name above all names. Then why is it you cannot allow yourself to be set apart, separate, and sanctified? We're not here to please other people. We're not here to please our mother and our father, our brother and our sister, our aunts and our uncles, our sons and our daughters. We are here to please I am that I am. Or whatever his name was. Or is. I said was, I meant to say is. We have to get to that place where we are not walking around dark, dead, and dry spiritually. We have to feed our spirits. We have to, or otherwise we are not going to thrive. We are going to be spiritually dehydrated. So you have to feed your spirit. You have to take from the tree of life, the bread of life, the living water. Eat the fruit of the vine. Stop eating from the wicked king's table. I'm just going to put it out there like it is. Now, you didn't see Daniel, or whatever his name really was. You didn't see him bow. You didn't see the 3 Hebrew lads bow. You didn't see Queen Esther bow. You did not see Prophetess Deborah bow, and so on and so forth. They did not bow. They did not bend. They did not break. But it requires courage. You can't take a stand if you're afraid, if you have fear. There's no way you're going to stand. And there has to be unity. All of this division and strife and pointing fingers, that's not going to get you anywhere. That's going to get you slapped by El Elyon, El Shaddai, whatever name you want to call him. Yah. I'm telling you. I'm not telling you about something I heard. I'm telling you about something I absolutely know for myself. I'm not giving you something based on a book or building a program, a religion, a tradition, a denomination, or any of that. None of those isms or schisms. It's not in a book. It's real life. It's the truth. You do not want to go up against the creator of all. You do not want to anger El Elyon, El Shaddai, Adonai, Yah, whatever name you like to prefer to call. But you better know the maker as the true maker, and you better know the maker as a friend. Remember, Abram was a friend of Adonai or El Shaddai. You should desire more than anything to be a friend with the maker, a friend, and be loyal and be faithful and obedient. And be loving and kind and follow those divine instructions, even if it's difficult. Even if you may not get it right the first time. Ask, seek, knock continuously. You don't need a book. You don't need a building. You don't need a program. You don't need any of that. You don't need somebody to tell you how to feel, how to think, how to live, what to do. You already know. It's already inside of you. It just has to be pushed out. It has to be birthed out. So push and roar. That's what you got to do. You got to push. You got to roar like the lioness or the lion. And you have to move. You can't move mountains if you're sitting still. You can't move mountains if you're waiting for somebody else to give you the green light. I'm telling you, when you're a soldier in battle or in a war, you can't wait around for other people to do something. You have to be alert, awake, aware, and ready to fight. If you don't, it will cost you. You might get wiped out or eliminated, and it might cost others because you're not doing your part. So like I said before, you have to do your part. It's a kingdom family. And there has to be unity. unity. There has to be unity, oneness. There has to be humility. There has to be compassion. There has to be kindness. If you're not kind to anybody else, don't expect anybody to really be kind to you. You have to sow those seeds all the time. And sowing seeds is not about what is printed in a print shop. Sowing seeds is about spiritual seeds. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, self-control, and there's so much more. It's more than 9, you know that. And there are more than 12 tribes. So that's why your capacity has to be expanded. That's why your territory has to be enlarged. So you could go to a deeper level in divine love. So you could go to a deeper level in the abundant life. So you could go to a deeper level and see the light. Because if you can't see the light and write the vision to make it plain and run with it, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to be in that same place. You're going to be in that same place doing that same thing that you did 10 years ago or 20 years ago. And you should desire to break free. Nobody could talk about the Israelites that wandered around for how many ever years they wandered around, because a lot of people in other nations are wandering around. They've been wandering around a long time in bondage, in fear, in chains, in prisons, in limitations. You have a birthright. Don't give it away. Don't sell it. Don't give away your birthright or sell it, because nobody can actually take it from you. Nobody can. And don't go out there paying people for stuff that you could do for yourself. If somebody truly wants to bless you, they're going to bless you. Remember, the Maker created you and owns everything, created all things. So everything that you need is already yours. You just have to grasp it. You just have to take it by force. Nobody's going to give you a free run up the side. No. Nobody is going to give you a free run up the side. Nobody's just going to come hand it to you on a silver platter. I mean, somebody could. A very kind and generous person, but more than likely that's not going to happen. So you have to allow yourself to be led by the Maker, so you could be in the right place at the right time with the right heart, with the right mind, the right attitude, the right spirit, so that you can be blessed to be a blessing. That's how that works. You don't just wake up all of a sudden and become a wife or a mother. There is a time of preparation, just like Queen Esther. Before she went to the palace, she had beauty treatment. She had a time of preparation. Nobody actually goes into anything without being prepared for it first. Now, you may need some more to go with what you have, But it's in us, it's inside of us. Just like with a tree, it's inside of the tree. So the tree grows from a seed. I hope you understand that illustration. That's the best way I can describe it to you. I just want you to know that you are loved, and I want to encourage you to push, to continue to push, to move forward, to move upward. You already are a winner. You are a winner. You are loved. You are a bride. You are a groom. You are a king. You are a queen. You are a husband. You are a wife. You are anointed and appointed. You are empowered and equipped. I don't know how else to describe and tell it to you, except to tell you you are a force to be reckoned with, that you need to be set ablaze and on fire. You have to be on fire. You cannot be cold. You cannot be cold-hearted. You cannot be cold. You cannot be warm. You have to be on fire. You have to burn. I know that sounds scary. It sounds like you're going to have some scars, but that's not true. We know you won't, because what? The 3 Hebrew lads were in the fiery furnace and they did not burn, so you won't burn either. But you have to go deeper in everything, deeper in love, deeper in joy, deeper in shalom, deeper in peace, deeper, deeper, deeper. Don't be limited by no book, no building, no program, all these limitations. Bondage. Bondage is not going to get you to freedom. Bondage is not going to get you to your next level, and bondage is not going to get you over to the promised land. Do you want to go to the promised land? What do you expect? What are you expecting? Do you want to be in a place that's overflowing with all kinds of fig trees and palm trees and coconuts and grapes? Whew, that sounds so good. I love fruit. Oh, do you want the goodness? Do you want the glory? Do you want the greatness? Do you want the joy? Do you want the sweet aroma and the sweet sound? Well, then that means you have to put your hands to the plow and work while it's day. You got to write the vision and make it plain, and you got to run with it. And it shouldn't matter what any person says about it, as long as you know you have been chosen and called by El Shaddai. Move forward. Do it. You don't need anybody's permission to do it. Just do it. And guess what? You will be victorious. I know you will be. I know you will be victorious. You will be victorious. You will testify. You will prophesy. You will see. You will see the doors open to heavenly places. You will see the victory. You don't have to be where you are, wherever you are right now. And you could even be in a great place, a wonderful place. So guess what? It can get even better. Can you believe that? I can believe it. I know it to be true. It can be even sweeter. It can be even better. It can be like heaven, like paradise. And if you've been hearing lyrical messages, songs, parts of songs pertaining to your kingdom marriage, your kingdom ministry, your kingdom entrepreneurship, your kingdom spiritual and natural babies or birthings, be sure that you write some of these things down, the signs and the wonders, because some of those are pieces to a puzzle. Some of those are clues, and then you will get the confirmation. You don't always get the confirmation or the message from a person. You can get it from a place or a thing. You could get it from an animal. You can get it from just about anything. You can see a sign and you be like, woo, that's the answer I needed right there. It will confirm a thing, decree a thing, and it will be established. Your words carry weight. So be sure your words are words that sow to life, love, light, and truth. So go forth And beloved, I declare and decree you prosper and be in excellent health as your soul prospers. I speak unspeakable joy over each and every one of you. Rather than to cry anymore, your tears will dry up and you will laugh. You will laugh uncontrollably. You will dance like David danced. You will dance like prophetess Miriam danced. You will dance and you will sing and you will shout for joy. You are a winner. I'm telling you, you don't know how beautiful you look. You don't know how wise you are. You don't know how wealthy you are. Oh, you don't know how kind you are. Yes, because you were created by the Holy One. Stop listening to lies. Stop believing what it is that other people say about you that is not the truth. You are not a drunkard. You are not a drug addict. You are not a pedophile. You are not delusional. You are not schizophrenic. You are not depressed. And you are not oppressed. I declare and I decree life and life more abundantly over each and every one of you. You will thrive. You will elevate and you will graduate. And you will go to the next level and you will go to the promised land and you will testify. That's right. You will testify. You will testify of the goodness in the land of the living. Because that's what we're supposed to do. Look at all this light all of a sudden. Good grief, it wasn't this light when it was day. Oh! But you can always read about it if you don't want to talk about it. But it's better to live it, to walk it out. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about Torah. Don't talk about the sweetness. Don't talk about love. Live it. Become love. Become joy. Become kindness. Become praise. Become worship. And do you know we're supposed to pray continuously? It's not designated time to pray, like morning, noon, night, midnight, or whatever. We're supposed to constantly praise and pray and prophesy and testify. It's supposed to be continuous because the fire is never to burn out in our hearts or in our homes. There is no distance in the spirit. You don't have to be at a certain place at a certain time. Oh no. Words travel. Sound travels. Light travels. And love is like a fire. It's a force to be reckoned with. Love, woo! Love never ends. Love never fades. Regardless of what some people tell you, they'll sing love songs all they want to about what does love have to do with it. Love has everything to do with it. I'm telling you. So you can take that and cash it in. But I'm not talking about taking it to the bank to cash it. I'm talking you can take that and cash it and you can get gold nuggets, true gold nuggets for it. That truly have some value, that are treasures. That just know that you are a masterpiece. You are a masterpiece. You are rare. You are unique. You are made for such a time as this, to push, to roar, to sing, to shout, to dance. What are you waiting for? Now is the time. You don't need permission from anybody. You've already been approved a very long time ago, so you need to get going. It says go. You didn't hear the message? It said go. Go out. Don't stay stuck home or wherever you are. Don't be stagnant. Move. It requires us to move and go somewhere and do something. Travel. You don't have to take a plane to travel. Get a horse. Ride a donkey or something. Take a car, take a boat, whatever. Be creative. Gotta break out of these limitations. I'm telling you. You have to have a vision. You have to write the vision and make it plain, and then you have to run with it. You have to dance it. You have to sing it. You have to shout it from the mountaintops. If you're going to move mountains, that means you need to be filled to overflowing with courage and love and inner strength. Feed your spirit. Feeding your body won't do nothing for you. Take every thought captive. Your mind can, the mind is not dependable. No, 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 no. Your heart, you can't depend on your heart sometimes. Your heart can fail you. Your mind can fail you. Oh, your body can fail you. Every part of you can fail. Your soul can fail you. But I'm telling you, there's the Holy One who will never, ever fail us. Hashem, Adonai, El Elyon, El Shaddai. Always faithful, the only true waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. That's right, we got to keep the covenant. I'm telling you, the animals are crushing it. The angels are crushing it. Humanity is not getting a very good score right now. Not at all. Humanity has to go back to the garden. Humanity needs to be prostrate on their face. In every nation, of every tribe, in every tongue, in every region, in every territory. Humanity is missing it big time. Caught up in the world. Come out of Babylon. Babylon can't do nothing for you. Trust me. You can't smoke and drink your way to the right place. That's wasting resources. That's defiling your body. You can't cuss and fuss and expect to get married. Ooh, you got to get right. All of us got to get right. You can't go and say you're holy and pray and be a leader at a house of worship, and then you never connect with people. You never help anybody. You never reach out to anybody. You're just stuck in your little circle. That's not being a leader. Leaders take care of their people. True leaders that are anointed and appointed by El Shaddai, they're not overlooking people. They're outreaching to people. They're looking to find somebody to bless. So don't stay stuck in limitations. And don't make excuses, please. Some people say, well, I don't really have a car right now. I don't really have no money right now. Don't talk about material things. When you start getting out there and being obedient and go out and tell and share and care, you will be blessed. But don't do it because you want something or need something. Do it because you know that is what you are supposed to do, and be obedient. You should desire to be obedient more than anything. Obedience is better than sacrifice. So it doesn't matter how much coins or dollars you got in the bank. Trust me. How many people have you blessed? How many people have you helped? How many times have you went out in the streets when it may have been a little dangerous so you could help the little ones? Or help women, especially women that are widows. The orphans, the prisoners, the strangers. Welcome somebody today. You don't necessarily have to take them into your house to welcome them or treat them good or bless them. You could take them out to the cafe. You could take them to the farmer's market. You could take them anywhere. They wouldn't care as long as somebody's showing them some kindness. And if you're leery about all of that, there's always a way you could do it. You can bless somebody with a bottle of water. People always want a bottle of water, need a bottle of water, some fruit. It's always something you can do to bless somebody else. And bless yourself too while you're at it. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself. It's okay to love yourself and be kind to yourself. That's not wrong. It's not wrong at all. So we should always desire to love. We should always desire to care and share. Somebody needs to hear your testimony. Somebody needs to hear your love story. Somebody needs for you to war in the spirit for them because they're having a difficult time. Somebody needs to meet you because you're going to have a divine connection. Somebody needs to meet you because they're a destiny helper, or somebody's coming to you to be a destiny helper. Whatever it is, however it is, go through the open doors that have been opened by the Maker and allow all those other doors to close. Close the door to addictions and afflictions and disease and destruction and darkness and deception. That is not your portion. You can smoke all you want to, but when your lungs fail you, what you gonna do? Those cigarettes don't love you. Cigarettes and alcohol and all this other stuff that leads to sorrow is not your portion. So you got to come out of it. Come on out and be free. Freedom! You need to be set free. Break those chains. Those chains can be broken easily. Break out of it. Break free. Stop doing what you're doing that's not good for you. Be a friend to yourself. You want everybody else to love you and be a friend to you, but you can't put the bottle down. You can't stop drinking. You can't stop smoking. You can't stop cussing. You can't stop fussing. Start today. They say it takes 21 days to break a habit. Replace it with a good habit. You don't want to have unhealthy habits because it leads to nothing. It leads to being all by yourself, stuck in a place you don't want to be in. So be obedient today because there are consequences for disobedience. Supernatural expectations. Allow yourself to be expanded, your capacity to be expanded, your territory to be enlarged. That's right. That's right. The victory is ours if we would just do what we are supposed to do. And stop bowing and stop compromising. And stop making excuses. You have to have a strong spirit. You have to have a right spirit. And you have to have a pure heart. A clean heart. Clean mind, clean lips. Guard your eyes, your ears, your heart, your mind, your body. Don't do what everybody else does. Believe me. Others may not see you. You may be able to keep it a secret from them. But the Holy One, El Shaddai, sees you all the time. Sees you wherever you are and whatever you're doing. So be a true friend to yourself. Allow yourself to be expanded and enlarged. Allow yourself to have supernatural expectations so you can see the miracles, the signs, the wonders, and be blessed. Shalom.